Dorian, thank you. Recent rainfall has once again caused flooding in areas of downtown Charleston, like the medical district. And city leaders say they are aware and working to fix it step by step. Melissa Rademacher talked to people affected by that rainfall and the city team leader who explains what's in the works for the often flooded streets.
Farragut kayak.
You just gotta tough it out.
That's the sentiment from students who drive and walk through the medical district in downtown Charleston. But city leaders want that to change. It's just a long and expensive process. Over the past decade, the city has installed a large pipe drainage system near Spring and Fishburne, where right now gravity drains stormwater. But a pump station will make that process faster next year.
That's given us this kind of northern access point into the medical district is one of the benefits of that project.
Stormwater Director Matthew Fountain says that $200 million project covers through B Street, and the city has been able to leverage local, state, and federal money into small piece-by-piece expansions.
We dropped another deep tunnel and drop shaft on Earhart Street in the medical district. That's kind of in the middle of the medical district to help drain a localized low area. We actually have a project at TRC this week connecting a little bit more of the surface drainage on Dowdy Street and the very northern portion of Jonathan Lucas.
But students who go through the worst affected areas want to know when they'll see dry streets.
I have to wear Grundens to class sometimes to keep myself dry and not soaking wet when I get to class.
And I know it can be very frustrating when the southern half floods horribly during these kinds of events. The city's next, what we call kind of mega project, is looking at the Calhoun Street corridor, Ashley, Rutledge intersections, southern half of the medical district, and Alberta Long Lake and Harleston Village.
Fountain says that future project is in the conceptual research phase right now to make sure the approach is long-lasting and effective. In Charleston, Melissa Rademacher, Live 5 News.
Well, as flooding is a major problem across the Lowcountry, one county may be getting a new ordinance to help with this ongoing issue. Dorchester County officials are considering a new floodplain in hopes to minimize risk factors. And County Council Chairman David Chinnis says these conversations go back to Tropical Storm Debbie last year. The potential ordinance is a flood storage plan, so if a construction or development company builds in part of a floodplain, they must remove an equal amount of material from the same area to minimize overflow or flooding. Now, Chinnis says this would not stop development, just minimizing flooding. And although it may be more expensive to him, the cost is worth the long-term impact.
And it minimizes not only potentially flooding within that area, but it minimizes that flooding that may happen because now my flood zone doesn't carry, the area that floods doesn't hold as much water because I've brought in fill. So now instead of overflowing the bowl, if you will, it still stays within that bowl.
The potential ordinance is set to have its third and final reading next Tuesday. Chinnis said before any decisions can be made, there may be tweaks along the way.